Hey everybody, it's Matt Mayoko at NBC Sports Bay Area checking in with an update Sunday morning before the 49ers and the Chicago Bears kick off 125 at Levi Stadium. If you're wondering why I'm not there, check out my previous video. I explain it kind of briefly, but let's move on to this game where the inactives will be out 90 minutes before kickoff. We know that Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, and Aaron Banks will not play in this game. They will be among the inactives. Dre Greenlaw does not have to be listed as an inactive because he still remains on the physically unable to perform list. Talanoa Hufanga bumped up to the 53-man roster from injured reserve, so expect him to be in uniform for this game. Also, 49ers running back recently picked up, claimed off waivers, Israel Abanikanda. He will probably be inactive because the 49ers brought up Keyshawn Vaughn from the practice squad. So the 49ers running backs more than likely will be a large, heavy dose of Isaac Guerendo, followed by Patrick Taylor, followed by Keyshawn Vaughn. Hey, this video is brought to you by Canyon Club Brewery. It's located in Moraga, California. Great space out there in the patio, fire pits, great selection of beers as well as fine menu items. In fact, I was there. What night was I there? Tuesday night, I think it was, and had the street tacos. So can't go wrong with the menu items. Canyon Club Brewery in Moraga, coming soon to the Livery in Danville. Okay, so as you look ahead in this game in particular, I think a lot of the things that we saw against Green Bay and Buffalo, especially in the offensive passing game, you can kind of brush aside a little bit because Brandon Allen was the quarterback in Green Bay. The weather really wasn't much of a factor in that game, although it was kind of windy. But then last week against Buffalo, with the snowstorm, it was much easier for teams to travel on the ground rather than through the air with the passing game. So that's why Brock Purdy threw for a career low in passing yards at 94 in that game. But I think when you look at where the 49ers are and where they're going, and right now they head into this week with a 5-7 record, very little margin for error. 49ers are certainly, they have to take care of business. That's priority number one. Have to take care of business against the Chicago Bears, who have a six game losing streak. But the Rams play Buffalo. Obviously, 49ers rooting for Buffalo in that game. And then Seattle at 7-5 is traveling to Arizona. 49ers are hoping that Arizona can win that game just to bring Seattle one game back toward the pack. So those are the games that the 49ers are rooting for on this day. But also, when you look at where the 49ers are, let's talk about the passing game because Brandon Ayuk out for the season with the torn ACL. No guarantee whatsoever that he'll be ready for the 2025 season. But a lot of people are, I've heard people talk about, Deebo Samuel. This could be it for him. I just don't see it. I think Deebo Samuel will be part of the team in 2025. I think Deebo Samuel will have to be part of the team in 2025. Otherwise, the 49ers would be going into next season with Brandon Ayuk. You don't know how he's going to respond after the ACL surgery. Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall has gone 3 games without a reception. I think today is a day where they try to get him more involved, get him some touches. I think that's got to be a priority for Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy, but also Deebo Samuel. They got to get him going. He just hasn't provided that big play spark that he has in the past for the team, and that's something that the 49ers rely on, the yards after the catch. And he has shown some ability as a kickoff returner. Last 2 weeks, opening the third quarter with long kickoff returns. The one against Green Bay got called back due to a kind of a phantom holding call. Then last week against Buffalo. But why I think that Deebo Samuel is, I mean, I would almost go so far as to say that he's guaranteed to be on the team next year, unless I'm missing something completely, is because it doesn't really save the 49ers much money at all. And they need him. They need him to perform. That's why I think it's important for him to get going, build some momentum for next season. But why do you get rid of a veteran player? It's because performance doesn't match the scheduled pay that they're going to give him. But the thing you got to look at with Deebo Samuel, final year of the contract next year, the way that they restructured his contract and moved some money around to create cap savings was that for next year, he is only scheduled to make $2 million dollars in salary and bonuses. So if the 49ers were to release him or trade him before June 1st, it would actually cost the team an additional $16 million dollars on the cap to not have him on the team. Now they can do some stuff post June 1 that makes it a little bit more palatable, but I just don't see why they would be in such a rush to get rid of him, especially after I saw how that offseason worked, where, while Brandon Ayuk was away from the team, the offseason program, when he reported to training camp and did not participate in any practices, was a hold in. Deebo Samuel did all the right things. And, I think the history the 49ers have with Deebo Samuel, and also, I don't know how much slack we cut him for the pneumonia that he suffered and how much that may have sapped his strength and his weight, whatever the case may be. But I just don't think that the 49ers just completely give up on Deebo Samuel and move on from him when it really doesn't help them financially at all to do that. And especially when you look at the 49ers' current wide receiver situation, where they probably will need him to be back to that form. The one thing that I think that would work toward Deebo Samuel returning to his old form next year is that he would be in a contract year. And it always seems like guys who are in contract years show up in better shape, show up more with a focused mentality, a more sense of urgency. So that's why I don't expect Deebo Samuel to be going anywhere in 2025, but he does have to finish 2024 on a high note, as does Ricky Pearsall and so many other players on this team. Okay, so that's the pregame look, 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Oh, but one more thought about the Bears. They do play a lot of zone defense. And so, therefore, that's what Deebo Samuel does. He's very good getting the ball in space against zone defenses, turning upfield and getting those yak yards. So, he could be a key in this game. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and a like. And that is it for now. And we'll check in after the game and also look after the game for the 49ers Talk podcast, myself and Jennifer Lee Chan.